Hello, everyone. I am Tacet, and welcome to the Gems of War Guild War stream. So, of course, we got ourselves Guild War Week 74, Day 1. Imagine the day we hit 100. We eventually will. We're getting there. 1 week at a time. 1 month at a time. It's going to take forever at this rate. We're getting there. But yeah, Yellow Guild War. So, one of the easier days, always pretty much has been. We're going to be running with the team that we ran last night, messing around. Actually, I believe we even have the correct medal setup. I'm deliberately using this. This is actually the best medal setup if you're looking just to do a bunch of things while online, even while offline. It's because it covers a really wide range. You could even do this with a Orpheus, just to really cover everything. But yeah, this with the extra stats, it covers a lot of ground, works for pretty much any defend team or offensive team. Maybe it might not be the absolute best composition for it, but it works for pretty much everything. And it's nice to just default have on while you're doing Guild Wars, while people are attacking you. As far as our defend today, we have 1-2 with the Wild Fang, Fist of Zorn, Tanya, and Wild Queen. So I did end up winning once, probably off of getting a nice Fist of Zorn in there for those triple damage. Didn't see it coming, and was able to get some good damage in there. And then tomorrow, we got the annoying Ore Weaver. We also got the revamped Yagoi Queen of Tanya. Curious to see how that pans out now that we've changed it up a bit there. As far as our current battles against the other guild, we are, what was that, about 16,000 away. So we should be able to hopefully cover that gap as we get the last of our battles in there and see how that ends up panning out. And other than that, I think we're a little bit lower, but it's because we haven't gotten all of our battles in yet. Pretty sure once we get them in, we're actually like pretty much dead center, where there seems to be like a multi-way tie between everyone. Like everyone from 2nd to 7th is actually only a 8,000 point difference between each other. So it's really tight this week, apparently. Like really, really tight as far as the difference there. Anyways, and you can already tell by something like Mystic Hunter that they've done all their battles. So even though they're in 3rd right now, they've done every single one of their battles at this current moment in time. Except for one, whereas we still have quite a few left. Decent handful. Yeah, we're only at 134. So the same thing, but with 15 more. We're still missing that one. I never understand that. I guess some people do Guild Wars and do it partially. I don't know how you can log in, do Guild Wars, and then not do all 5 battles. I don't know. It just kind of seems so natural to me. Like, if you're doing Guild Wars, you just do all of them at once. I don't know. This is how I play it, though. Anyways. I don't know, I feel like the same thing with like dungeons and daily adventures. Like if you're starting it, you're generally finishing it in the same session if you're going to start it. I guess it doesn't happen sometimes. Anyways, let's go get over to Guild Wars. So we already have the team Cabost. Just need to go do it. We already tested it plenty yesterday. Super safe. Not the quickest, but should score. It should be really good at not losing. As I say that, we'll probably find a way to lose. Might even need to revamp some stuff. Where's my Guild War Yellow? There you are, Guild War Yellow. So, we got ourselves Gorgotha, Rope Dart, Divine Ishbala, and Quillen is our team composition that we have here. As far as what we need to do, is we'll need to go and get a bunch of mana accumulation. Do that off of Gorgotha. Use Rope Dart to not die, and then Divine Ishbala, Quillen wipes. One thing that we might want to consider is having a Natural Cleanse. Natural Cleanse will help us deal with Forest Trolls and Tangle. And given that we're running a lot of that right now, or a lot of skull-oriented stuff between Divine Ishbala, Quillen, we might want to consider it. Alternatively, we could just use the cleanse off its ability, because neither of them will work against Essence of Evil. Once you stun, Orpheus will no longer trigger. It's the only metal currently that will not trigger once you are stunned. Any active metal technically doesn't. However, it's the only active metal in the game. That and technically the bonuses that you get during the World Lore event are actually ones that could get stunned as well. Those 3 can all be stunned. Obviously, that's very situational when it does happen, but it can. And that and Orpheus can all be stunned. So do be wary of that. Anyways, you know what? I think we'll actually go as is. What are we at? 20% into 20% I might not need, because only Gorgotha really gains a benefit from that. I don't know, maybe we still keep it just because, I don't know, if we do 20%, it's literally just for Gorgotha at this point, which starts him with, I believe, 3 mana rather than 15. I'm not sure if getting him mana accumulated is that important. Like, I know it's important, but I'm not sure if wasting an entire trait just for that is worth it. I don't know. It might be. We might just keep it as is. So we're at two seasons and 20%. If nothing else, it works for our defend thingy too. So of course, right now, well, as we're doing Guild War, more important that we set up for Guild War, and then we could change back to something else that's more generic. You know what? I think I'm just gonna go in as is. However, I do want to double check what we have Frost Mage set to before we just ram into this team. So we got Snap Freeze. That's correct. We got ourselves Immune to Freeze, which the other two are just useless. So of course you'd go for that. 20% spell reduction, 50% mana start. Oh, good thing I checked. Submerge randomly, so we can go counter out his full AoE damage. Good. Some extra mana explosion. And elementals gain a bonus, so we don't really have any elementals. So I feel like all three of these would be useless, so we'll just stick with elementals. Since in theory, that's the strongest of the three. However, not a single one of the three actually does anything for this team, oddly enough. As are most level 100 perks. I'm not sure why, but 100 perks are so horrifically bad in most situations. Okay, and it is indeed a yellow day, right? Yep, yellow. Pure yellow. Okay, I think we're good to go. I don't think we need to make any other adjustments from what I can tell to get into this. But anyways, hello everyone. Hope all of you have been doing good. Hello Curtis. Hello Bill. Hello John. Hello Captain. Hello Cookie. Hello. Who'd I miss? And that was everyone who said hi so far. Hello everyone. And hello everyone who haven't said hi. Yes, you can actually put a different weapon for this. There are several weapons that do work. I used to run the Yellow Doom weapon. I ended up deciding to switch over to Rope Dart, because Rope Dart is what you actually more traditionally run this with, if you're doing like the bunny version of this team, which is, you know, the more traditional way of how you would run this team, and the way that you normally run it, but obviously the restrictions of this game mode prevent you from running it how you would normally run it. Okay, right here, I'm actually going to mana overload it. I'm not going to do Rope Dart yet. Normally I would go for Rope Dart. This is one situation where I'm actually not going to go for it immediately. And really specifically, that's mostly just to accumulate all the mana that we need to get things rolling. So right here, I kind of want to go Scope Poke his first slot. Ideally, what we want to do is get full mana there, and we do. We then want to have alignment on something here, which we theoretically do. However, if I cast Rope Dart, it's probably going to get rid of that alignment, which is my biggest concern right now. So I'm actually going to go recast this again just to get all of our mana right back up. And wasting a lot of that thing's mana, but I think it's overall worth it. So now we can go and Rope Dart the next biggest threat, which is going to be his Truffle, and bring that into one-shot range. We could then hopefully get a nice convert here, which we do have. So we got that down. He does get a Bandit summon, as annoying as that is. But it shouldn't really matter. He does have Stealthy on his hero, so the only thing we could physically target out is the Mirage Queen. So I will go and do exactly that. So we'll go and get that to first. And of course, why would he not do it? He gets another Bandit. Of course. Okay, we'll move that over. Unfortunately, I do not seem to see an alignment on anything right now. We might still have to go for it nonetheless. That or Gorgotha explode and hope for a good follow-up. But I am double-checking real quick to see if we have absolutely any option that will extra turn. And from what I can tell, it is no. Because we have yellow, or we have green to yellow, red to skull, red to purple, or sorry, purple to red, and brown to skull. And from what I can tell, not a single one of those has alignment. So let's go clear out the board. And hopefully have alignment, and then we'll just go from there. Ideally, we'd want to cast this first, and we do. And can you please stop summoning? You know you want to. No extra turn, but we can go. Oh yeah, I can. Oh yeah, I can Rope Dart hero. No, I can't. Wait, why can't I? Oh no! He has the very elusive, extremely overpowered, impossible to do if you already traded it. No Stealthy Bandit. No Stealthy Bandit is one of the most overpowered troops in the entire game. However, if you ever get Stealthy on it, you can never get No Stealthy Bandit. But No Stealthy Bandit is excessively overpowered for the exact reason you just saw right there. Because you can get a hero that has Stealthy on it that constantly keeps summoning these bandits, and then never have the capability of being able to target it. It is extremely strong. I've never actually had No Stealthy Bandit because, it was just upgraded pretty much immediately. But, yeah, it is very, very strong. It's basically like Hero being able to summon like a dragon egg. Kind of like the same effect that Thief has, in that he summons something that doesn't have stealthy. Oh gosh, we got to deal with Life and Death team. A lot of annoying ones today, apparently. They are not going short of annoying teams. A little bit weird that you have Hero in third slot. Hero's almost always ran in second slot with Orb Weaver, so that you can utilize the summon that it has. Also, hello, Corey. Hello, Wrong Writer. Hello, Defiant. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Black shirt on yellow day. Yellow shirt will get green screened. My green screen's almost a yellow screen, so it gets green screened whenever I wear it. I do have a yellow shirt, but if I wear the yellow shirt, let's see, do I have it in easy access? Yeah, here's my yellow shirt. I'll go show you my yellow shirt. Here, this is my yellow shirt. See? You can obviously see that it is yellow. But this is why I don't wear it. Actually, I normally have it here so I could do this. There we go, invisible seat. We have made an invisible seat. You can no longer see the seat behind me. You can still see the mic, obviously. But we've made an invisible seat. Theoretically, I could just put the cover, one of the, if I really wanted to, I could just put a, what's it called? A, one of those, what is a cover thing that goes over a pillow? But I could put one of those over top of the mic if I truly wanted to make that invisible as well. Let's see. So the weird part about that, it would still leave like a gap on my clothing if I had it like that. Which is why I don't do that, obviously. Let's see, I'll move that over. We'll grab a pillowcase. Is it just called pillowcase? I thought it had like a special name that isn't just pillowcase. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll go for that for now. Grab a convert over there. Oh, rope dart. What can we rope dart here that's worth it? Technically anything that still has its armor is worth rope darting here. So we'll do that. I do want to cleanse this off, so I am probably going to waste this a little. Hopefully we actually turn after. Okay, that wasn't too bad, though. Oh, death mark. That is something we don't want to see. That is life and death, after all. So we're going to do this and just hope for the best, then. We do have alignment, so I guess we go for it. So we'll do that. I was hoping we'd get a Cascaded Skull there, because right now I have to extremely overkill him to do anything right now. Which we kind of have to, because we don't really have a different choice on the board. So we'll extremely overkill that. It doesn't even get a single skull follow-up, though. We'll go for that. I don't feel like we have alignment here. So we'll grab that. And now we don't have alignment on the other one, even though we just had it. Come on, now. I might just have to Gargolfa clear again. We could always just do that, I guess. Let's see if that gives us alignment, since it moves the board a little bit. Not enough to really give us anything, though. So I think I'm just going to board clear and hope for the best and don't you dare die to death mark. Good, we extra turn, so we don't even need to worry about that death, or potential death. And we do have alignment right now, so we'll go for that. And that should work it down to 0, as long as we have a line right here, and we do. Oh, can you not get a billion giant spider summons? That'd be great. Well, we can go rope dart one of them, I guess. So we'll do that. Purple can feed it directly. So we'll grab the purple there. Get another little kill in there. You have alignment, but we can't do anything with it. Let's go hit you a little bit. Could you get full mana? That'd be great. I'll take that down, I guess. Take the other purple. Gosh, too many turns are going by. Just gonna have to board clear. Don't die to death mark. How do you still not have full mana? Oh, we can go for that instead. Finally, you didn't get a summon. Good. As long as we have convert to convert, we win. Okay, we did not. But I can rope dart it into literally any skull as long as we still have one. And we do, and that's match. Can we do a fancy skull in any way? No, we just have to take it manually. Yeah, we don't have any fancy skulls. So let's do that. Boom. Oh, I could have just exploded. Whoops. Could have gotten a slightly better value. Not that big a deal, though. I forgot. That would have been kill range for explosion. But there we go. 2 down. Next up that we have is Mercy, Moonrabbit, Doom, Scripture, and Queen of Sin. That doesn't seem that strong. Though, what's so strong about it? I guess creating a mix of yellow and skulls? And then just going crazy from there. Does it get boost based on yellow enemies? Let's see. Create a mix of 6 yellow for every yellow enemy. Oh. Yeah, that does actually get a lot when the entire team is the same color. However, we have enough tankiness and entangle that shouldn't matter. Is he running Cedric's? Yeah, he does have 1 cleanse. He has a 10% chance per turn to cleanse. Extra. So he does have a little bit of extra cleanse than a normal team would. Okay, that can actually be slightly threatening. But he's about to go give us a nice convert off of that, hopefully. Actually, either of them converting. Why are they both converting into yellow? Why would you do this for your yellow defend? Why would you want to feed the enemy yellow on Yellow Guild War Day? Okay, what's the biggest threat? Probably the hero, honestly. This is one situation, or actually there's a lot of situations. But this is a situation where I feel like hero is the biggest threat. Okay, let's see. We're going to need to take some yellow here. Gonna do it here and hope for a good cascade. Not quite. Okay, can you not cast? That'd be great. Gosh, that Gorgolfa, that drain on that. That drain is powerful. Gosh, it just got an infinite loop on that, I think. Ooh. That escalated really quickly. Okay, we still have our double combo, though, so we're still in this. A little shaky start, but we got this. Hopefully. Divinish Ball of Quillen is technically enough to solo this battle. What do we need here? Let's grab yellow into red and hope for Sky extra turn. And we also need this to surge. Good. No Sky extra turn, though. Okay, Divinish Ball, you gotta solo this. Not looking good. Especially since we're actually in one-shot true range of the other thing, so if it gets enough mana, we're probably losing this battle. Alright, we'll take that down for now. Do we have anything else we could take anywhere? Don't believe so. But yeah, that got a lot of value in there. Because we can't not set yellows. And we weren't able to kill it quick enough, even though we had a team that could focus it down directly. I think the biggest issue is that we had the board clear that then gave it a good board, and then I didn't have any way to really follow up. Whereas before, I didn't really have a good board for either the 2 converts. Which I should have kept until they actually wasted their converts. Okay, let's go, and I'm actually going to go for this. And then we'll take a little bit more mana. We'll take that skull. I'm actually going to take it this way because it seems slightly safer for now. But we're going to die to the true damage there. It would appear. And yeah, then we go down. It's an interesting team, I do have to say. Because you even use the backup of trying to get a lust kill. Oh gosh, are we up against the same thing again? I'm still going to use the same team, I think. I think the biggest thing that went wrong was we just didn't get a quick enough start. If that happens, we don't really need to worry about it. Because we'll know where his converts are. We can see he has nothing good. He's ideally going to go for one of those converts, and then we just win. If the AI just decides he wants to convert, we win. So we'll do that. He'll do a thing. It gives us a decent board. Not good enough to actually do too much off of, though. We'll get a Skull Distract into him. The other convert actually will land now in the corner over there. Theoretically, I could take purple just to prevent that. And I think based on the last battle, we should do exactly that. Don't explode the board yet. So we'll do that. He'll get a rather useless convert. And now we should be able to go secure the win. So we do this. We do this. We rope dart that thing. We then, okay, well, this is the first time I've seen this team, so now we kind of know what we need to do against it when we see it. Then we do that. Then we throw, ideally one of these would be aligned right now. We then need to go kill Queen of Sin before she starts summoning Spanning. And then the other 2 things have nothing to feed yellow to. Oh, we don't have alignment, do we? Oh, yes, we do. We actually have it on there, so I'm actually going to go for that first. And then we can rope dart, and then we can kill it. So rope dart you, bring you all the way up to front, and that should be enough to wipe you. And it should be enough to wipe the rest of the team. We just throw a rope dart there. Like, this is how it's supposed to go. But yeah, it just really threw me off guard seeing it for the first time. But it's not that hard to take out. It's got a little bit unlucky. But we know what we need to do to take it out now into the future. There we go. Okay. It's definitely an interesting team. Not sure if it's the best thing to be setting for yellow defend. I feel like that would be a good team. Oh, then again, you actually have to set for yellow defend, don't you? Oh yeah, I see why it has so much yellow mana generation now. But anyways, back to meta. Let's see. Do I have a video that shows anti-LD AW team? We've showed it in the past on streams. I don't think I've specifically done a video for it, though. But we've done, like, literally streams of just killing it with various teams that were meta against it. Okay, we'll take that over for now. We'll grab a, convert onto our reds. Divine Ishbala, could you please get full mana? You are very much needed in the full mana category right now. I might just have to board clear. Yeah, I was gonna have to board clear. Okay, so, we have a really good convert there. I think I want a rope dart first. No, actually I lied. I actually don't want rope dart. And the reason for this is I want to start killing the hero class as quickly as possible. And if I move something else to first, it would move them down. So I don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is overkill this. And then ideally overkill that. We don't have alignment though, do we? How do we not have alignment on that? All those gems, and none of them have it. So you know what? We're going to have to get rid of this, unfortunately. Just to try to get a better board. Do I take a random skull? Or do I take explosion? I'm actually leaning towards explosion. The fact that it's not aligned is very unfortunate, but we'll go for that. Hopefully get our extra turn from Kaki, which makes us a little bit better. I can go get a extra turn alignment by moving that down, which we don't currently have otherwise, so we'll do that. Unfortunately, he does get a summon there. I could go rope dart him and then convert that out, because that should be enough to wipe it out. So we'll go for that, get the convert right there. We then have enough to go right into a Divine Ishbala. Divine Ishbala then kills it, ideally. Like, I'm going to poke it, move it to first, so it no longer can summon in front of itself, in case it still gets a chance to. And then let's kill it out that way. It still gets to summon, of course. Gosh. Kill all that out again. And I always have to deal with this little guy. And should be good to go. Let's throw that down, and that should be match. Rope dart? Yeah, rope dart. And then you're dead. Okay, and there we go. Easy enough. Was that our final battle or second to last? That was our final, but there we go. And the only team that we lost to was the one we ended up redeeming ourselves out after pretty much immediately. But yeah, that's a little unfortunate. But you can see we're on track for a solid 9,400, 9,500. It's not too bad. But yeah, it just hit us a little hard with that loss there, unfortunately. And because of that, we weren't able to bump down some of our other people that had low scores. So a little bit lower right now. Let's see, where's like everyone huddled at? Everyone seems to be huddled around the 215,000. So we are a little bit low right now, actually. I believe third to last does go down by 1 in this bracket. So you gotta be careful with that. Though it's not too big a deal if we do. Just because the rewards for these brackets are actually the same. The reward for bracket 3, 4, and 5 are actually exactly identical. So theoretically, going down by 1 to go destroy bracket 5 wouldn't be that big a deal. We'll see how it goes. But it looks like we might, at least based on first day. Obviously, it's only been 1 day, so we could redeem ourselves on future days. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be, I'm not sure what our lowest is, but it seems like it's going to be about a 10,000 point difference or so. At least we still have the other final battle on the other guy too, which would change it slightly. But I'll have to see how it goes. But it does look like we're about 10,000 or so points behind then, it would appear. Which is not good when the entirety of the bracket from 2 to 7 is only an 8,000 point difference. 10,000 is quite a bit when there's only an 8,000 point difference between them. Anyways, so next order of business. We need to go and mess around with our dailies. Then we'll probably hand out a code. And, well, we don't need to worry about Dervish XP anymore. So today is the first day since we got Dervish up, correct? I believe so. So with that, we now get normal middle tasks. So these were my 3 tasks today. We got a common medal of not worth it. We got a treasure hoard of extremely not worth it. And we got a rare medal of somewhat kind of worth it with 25% off, maybe, question mark. That question mark is a pretty good example of how I feel about this offer. I'm not sure if I would spend 150 for that. I'd spend 150 for an epic one, probably. Though the epic one, I think, costs like, gosh, how much with 25% discount? Even with no discount, I think it's like 400, 500, gosh. But, I'm not sure how I feel about this. A rare for 150? I feel like that's still too high. If it was a rare for 100, I'd still be contemplating if it was too high. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I feel like a common for 75 I would actually go for. I'm not sure about a rare for 150 though. Probably gonna pass. Probably gonna pass. Gotta let our gems repair at some point, gosh. Can't just go for everything always. Let's see. How have I been doing today? I've been doing pretty good. Yeah, there's a couple other people that do content as of recently for the game. Some of which have been doing it for a little while, and they just started to gain traction. And some of them started a little bit more recently. Let's see. What's the full list? There's Keylime, there's me, there's Loot Wizard, and then there's Cynical. I believe that's the main list of English people that cover content for the game. There's also a couple other people that cover it to some capacity, but it's in other languages that aren't English. But, yeah, I believe those are all the English ones, if I'm not mistaken. Though we've been around the longest and the most consistent. Actually, we're still the only person that has ever done daily content for this game. I don't think anyone else has ever bothered doing daily content for it. And we've been doing it for years. Obviously, some days we've missed. But, you know, at least decently getting in there. Anyways, we'll go and head over to the daily adventure board thing. Clear these out real quick. I might actually keep my metal set up. We could always switch it real quick, but I think we have enough damage that it really does not matter. So let's go get a, where's my Guild War team? I mean, not my Guild War, my Explore 3. We still have it set to Dervish. What should I go for next? What should I go for next? Actually, there's a way to tell. What are we getting next week? Do I need to go level something more than I think I need to? What troops are we getting from Terran's World? From the spoilers. There we go. Where to go? I'm looking for the troops, and I'm looking to see which ones get upgraded next week. Darkstone reaches 19 stars. That is the highest starred kingdom in the game. They're being very careful not to get to 20 or exceed 20. Yeah, Darkstone. Does Darkstone having a higher star do anything that we would need a requirement for? Oh, there's a problem with that. I don't know what 19 star even is, the requirement for it. Actually, I lied. I do know what it is. Hold up. Let me go double check. I know what it is. I have a thingy for it, and it's still consistent. Let me go find it. I have a little spreadsheety thingy. I can't bring it up on screen because I forgot to ever put it over to this computer. But I do have a list of every single requirement from 1 to 20. It's a little bit dated because the earlier ones are not based on the ones that currently exist because they've gotten updated since then. However, all the later ones are still exactly the same. So let me go bring it up real quick. Give me a minute. It's taking a little while to load on this other computer. Loading. Gosh, my other computer's so slow. Let me zoom in. Give me the zoom in option, please. Good. Zoom in like crazy. Okay. So for level 19, we need upgrade 28 kingdoms to 20. Reach champion level. Oh, wait, never mind. We could already see what this is. Never mind. Duh. Because the only thing... Never mind. Because we wouldn't be able to reach the other following... Oh, no. I would need to see what the power level 20 is. My bad. So you need to fully upgrade 8 kingdom weapons. That's done, most likely. If it has 8 weapons, we've upgraded them. Reach champion level 100 for the class. And unlock 3 traits on the kingdom... 29 the kingdom troops. Which is only going to have 28. But, you know, that's just a follow-up on it. So that'd be the grayed out one. So as long as we have level 100 on the class, and we upgrade 8 weapons. So let me go double check that. Do we even have that many weapons for Darkstone? Let's see. Oh, it better not be 7 with the 8th one being a Doom weapon. That'd be a massive fail. I'm looking for the Kingdom of Darkstone. Okay, yep, we just have to have 8 of these, and one of them is a Doom weapon. However, there's another 9 you can do. It's Essence of Evil, Black Manacles, Blood Driver, Jar Vise, Nisha Skull, Dark Sword, Soul Trap, Spellfire, and Scythe of Corruption. The ones you pretty much get automatically are 1, 2, 3. I forget if Soul Trap is. I don't believe it is. 4, 5. And I believe this is Soul Forge, so 6. Soul Forge, 7. Soul Forge, 8. And we had this a couple of weeks ago. All-Seeing Eye, 9. And obviously the Doom Weapon, which is also Soul Forge, 10. One of them is the $5 weapon, I believe. It might actually be Soul Trap, I believe, is the $5 weapon. The one that you can only get for $5. Pretty sure this is an old event weapon. Like, really old. This was, like, first year of game old, I believe. Deal damage to an enemy and then drain all their mana from them. If the enemy dies, gain 5 life. Is that from that far back? I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure it's an old event weapon. Pretty sure that's the $5 one from Darkstone. But yeah, and then the other requirement was level 100 hero class, which we've definitely done, because that is Plague Lord hero class, and we have definitely maxed out Plague Lord to 100. So good, it won't give us any useless offers starting next week. That's what I wanted to check mostly. Yep, we already got Plague Lord to 100, as you can see, so we don't need to worry about that. Nice. So we already did all the weapons, and we already got them all to 100, so it won't give me some kind of useless dead content task then. Good to know. Oh wait, I did all that to see what hero class I would need to use. Fail. I was doing that for a reason. Okay, let me go switch my hero class to something. Let's not do Dervish right now. Oh no, let's go finish out what we were kind of trying to finish out. What we were working on. We were working on, not Doomsayer. Wait, were we working on Doomsayer? Yeah, I was working on Doomsayer, actually. Yeah, let's just finish out Doomsayer. We're already so close. Might as well go all the way. But maybe I should go for any kingdom where we kind of need a level 80. That actually would be worth considering. Getting base 80 on every hero class. So in case we get another objective thing for it. It's going to be very rare though. Because to have an objective thing for it, how many stars would you need to have? To get an objective thing to go tell you to waste your gems on EXP, you would have to have a 15-star kingdom for it to tell you to go waste it. And very few of them are at that point. Though quite a few of them are starting to reach that point. So you know what? We're actually going to aim for base 80, I think, next. Just in case. And then we'll start 100ing them out. Okay, anyways. Let's go do that then. This, go to there. Go to there. Let's start getting base 80. And then we'll work on getting them 101 at a time. So we'll work all the way from left to right, I guess. Let's do Barbarian next. That should be done probably by tomorrow night. We'll start working on base 80 after base 80, and then we start 100ing them. Yeah, eventually you do get around to weapons. Obviously, earlier on in the game, you pretty much only get weapons that are actually good. But eventually, for kingdom upgrading purposes, you're going to need to get every single weapon in the game. For the most part, regardless of its viability. But yeah, going from 18 star to 19 star does require 8 fully upgraded weapons. Which, in most kingdom situations, requires every single weapon in the entire game from the kingdom, or at least a good majority of them. It can be a little hard to do, especially on some specific kingdoms when they have a lower amount of weapons. Most kingdoms that are close to 18 stars do have 8 weapons, if not more, though. But quite a few of them are really tight. That one's not as tight, but some of them are, especially if you're not buying the $5 weapons. Though they were available for free in the past, but you'd have to have been playing for years upon years ago to have gotten them for free for in-game resources. Like, quite a bit of the weapons that they actually sell for $5 used to cost only 80 glory, or around that much. Though keep in mind, this is 80 glory back in the old economy of the game. But 80 glory in the old economy of the game is basically the equivalent of 1,000 glory right now. So you used to be able to buy them for what was only about 1,000 glory of in-game resources. Now, like 34 weapons or so are locked behind $5 and $5 only. Weapons that are literally impossible to get currently by any other means other than $5, unless you got it ages ago, like 3, 4, 5 years ago when the event occurred. Most of them are 4 and 5 years ago. Level 200 Amethyrax shouldn't be that bad. It has an infinite loop. Theoretically, even 100 could be done with a good enough loop cycle. Though it would take many attempts to get a loop that good for 4 or 5 battles, however many it was. Yeah, even the old weapons back then were pretty bad. A good majority of them. Not all of them. But a good number of them were. One of the few exceptions to that is Savasi Blades. Savasi Blades right now is useless. However, back in the day, it was really insanely good. It was actually the first new weapon ever added to the game. It was added in December of 2014. It was actually the only new weapon added. Actually, it might have been the only new anything. That and Ragnagord. Ragnarok? Ragnagord. No, Ragnagord. Ragnagord and Silent Knight and Savasi Blades were the only 3 things added in 2014 that were new. Because back then you used to have a new event once every 2 weeks rather than once every week. It wasn't set up for once every week yet. You know what? I'm just going to use this team. Shouldn't matter. We'll probably one-shot the first one, then not one-shot the other 2, but we could just quickly double cast. Be good to go. Yes, Knockwolf. We do have a spot. I meant to get you the other day. We've been meaning to kick... oh, it's a Guild War week, though. Oh, no. We have 20... I guess it is okay to kick during a Guild War week. But yeah, I do have a spot. We were discussing with Azla and everything. And it's actually someone who we've had in the guild for a very long time that we're actually going to be kicking out. But he's been doing quite a bit less on the requirements. And some people have been making mentions of it. And while he has been around for a while, I think we might finally need to let him go. Which is really unfortunate. I don't think Azala did mention anyone else who we've kind of been needing to get rid of. But, yeah, I'll need to go do that. Let me go get the spot for you, and then we'll go get you in. Well, his requirements, or his contribution to the guild has been going quite a bit lower. And quite a few people have been making mention of it and discussing it. I've just been really hesitant to kick people. It's one of the reasons he has been in the guild so long. But yeah, it was, I believe, Michael, if I'm not mistaken. I know exactly who it is in the guild roster thingy. But, yeah, it was this one right here. But I don't know, he's doing the requirements right now. Which still makes me kind of hesitant to go for it. Maybe we kick Cookie. No, just kidding. Oh, no. Who else has been really far behind? I know that was the main one. Oh, no. Do we do it or not do it? That's like the only way we get a spot. There has been discussion on it. But I'm also hesitant. Because he's actually the last person we've had, I believe, who's been in the guild for so long. Pretty sure he's the highest number. If we go check every single day number, I think he actually has the highest day still remaining. Because a lot of these are like about a year or so. Actually, a lot of these actually came in at the same time right over there. Azala has been in for a little over a year. Then we have like the 3-year. So the guild has been set up for how long? For, what was that, 4 years? A little over 4 years. But yeah, there's like a year and a half. Yeah, I'll probably wait till the end of Guild War if you don't mind. I still want to discuss it with people and kind of let them know before I just like kick them. Because I haven't been able to get in contact with Michael. So I want to make sure I get in contact with him and everything. But yeah, we'll wait till the end of the week if you don't mind. Because Guild War is like a really bad time to try to recruit someone due to needing people for score. I really hate that you can't get it midway through. Or you know, if you kick someone and you try replacing them out, while you still have the 27 out of 30 mechanic, you still have one whole less person who's contributing it. But anyways, let's go and do dungeons, or delves, I mean. I meant to go do that. I was literally clicking over to it. Like, my mind was thinking, we need to go do delves. And then it's like, no, we need to go hand out redeem code. So let me go do that. So let me just get that real quick. Redeem code time. Let's see. I can join and finish your task for you. And then you can kick me. You have 398 million gold right now. Well, we could just wait for a week, if you don't mind, like you said. And then we'll just get you in. Because right now, kicking someone and getting you right back in would still make it so we're one person down on Guild Wars. If we did that right now, they wouldn't be able to partake in Guild Wars with how it is. If you leave a guild and then come back to the same guild while you started Guild Wars, you're actually still completely killed out that spot. Knockwolf, we'll get you in on Monday. And I'll make sure I discuss it with my guilds, 100% confirm who we're kicking, and then we'll do the kick. And then we'll go from there and get you in. But no worries, we will get you in. Anyways, next thing I need to go do. We need to go and hand out code so we can then go and start doing delves. And I'm probably going to mess with the same team we did earlier, Phoenicia. It has the same exact build that we can do for literally last week. We We did it last week. We're going to do it again now. Let me see if I can go find it. One moment. I'm trying to find the code section. There it is. I believe I used that code last time, so this should be the good code. Also, we're like buried in codes right now. I have like 40 codes. I still have all from the previous batch, and then I got the extra that Salty ended up giving. She ended up making more than normal because she doesn't want to have to keep like making them. So she made 35 rather than the normal 30-ish or so that she normally makes. So yeah, we're good to go. Anyways, that's enough to last for all of May and probably still have more going into April. I mean, going into June. There you guys go. Let me just go put this over here. That should be the right paste. Here you guys go. Enjoy the free resources. Use it on gemsofwar.com with the game code section. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Redeem code is right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters, starting with M, B, and all that. And it gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. There you guys go. Boom. There we go. Nice. Okay. So, let's go and claim our 20 free gems for today. But more importantly, let's go switch over to a magic build and go kill everything out. So, do we need 20% mana start? No. We just need a really nice big magic, kill everything out. Boom, good to go. Okay, so let's go start wiping these. So we're going to go the exact same build we went last Friday because we can. It's the exact same color restriction, so literally whatever you used for the entirety of this weekend, you could just use right now. The only difference is pure faction once you reach 500 pure faction or whatever you're doing pure faction at. But aside from that, the Stelv is the exact same teams. You can quite literally use the exact same. Also, gosh, I haven't been in here for a while if that was still what we're using. But there we go. Though it has been a while. It's been like, what, 7 months since we probably had the Stelv? And we wouldn't have had any reason to really ran it for any other reason otherwise. There we go. We got ourselves the Withering Staff, Phoenicia, Leprechaun into Mirage Queen. And we're currently running this with Sunspear for Perpetual Redstorm. However, we could theoretically run it with Diabolus for these earlier battles. Maybe even all these battles. If we're still in one-shot range, we can run Diabolus the entire time. I think the only reason I have the other thing there was because I wanted to show it for what is the absolute best to use it with, rather than what I want to use it with. So we'll go to that. I don't think Thrall works for this team, because we're running Run Shot, and Thrall doesn't start with full mana. We're running quick one shot the entire time, and Thrall would be a 1 full turn delay. Thrall would work in many situations. The team I'm currently running is not one of those situations though, because we win in 1 cast. The second Phoenicia cast, we win. That's pretty much the whole premise of this team. So we need Empower to get it up immediately, so we can just kill it out immediately. Kind of like how Rowan works. This is the same premise of like a Rowan team, and you wouldn't put a Thrall in a Rowan team. If you're just like quick killing Explorer, you would have to go for a slightly longer battle for it to be worth it. And these are not slightly longer battles. If we get deeper into Delves, but we're not going to be getting further than when we should be able to one-shot. I believe we'll be able to maintain one-shot literally the entire time. I don't think it'll ever fall. So why did I take the skull? We could have just Phoenicia'd. The second we have Phoenicia, just cast it and we would. It's easy as that. So we'll take this, we'll take top right, we'll take top left, take bottom left, and then go for the other thing. Be good to go. Rinse, repeat. Until we get the entire delve done. Same premise of this weekend. At least for the earlier battles of last weekend. Exact same color restrictions. So whatever you used for the last 3 days, from Friday to Sunday, is the exact stuff you'd use today. And it was kind of funny because it made the event video really easy. Like, I did do it a little bit later, but as I started like prepping for it, I was like, oh wait, there's like almost nothing I need to do for this video team building wise, because they're literally all the same teams from Friday. Other than pure faction, none of them actually changed at all. It's kind of funny. It's like, oh, a red-purple faction, and it's like, oh wait, we have exactly that last Friday. No changes needed. Yeah, some people have a lot of gold. There are some people that have over 1 billion gold saved. Some people have like absurd amounts of gold. Yeah, it's a pretty hefty amount. But yeah, some person had 1 billion even before the really good gold methods that exist right now existed. The gold rate used to actually be slower, and someone still had 1 billion gold on reserve at one point. They played a lot though. They were notorious for being the person that played the most out of any person in the game. But there was someone that had 1 billion gold in the game before. Like 3 years ago. When it was like excessively hard to do so. Hey, level 10 chest. Nice. Hopefully we get some good loot off it. Doesn't matter what floor we get the level 10 chest on. Every single floor actually has the same loot for it. A slightly different multiplier, though. Don't I have this delve cleared? Yes. I have every delve cleared except for Crypt. But we still need to run it because I need the shards and I need the orbs. You still get 2 free orbs for doing the dailies for it. Or for the weeklies, I should say. You know, every single Tuesday. And you also get the 1 vault key. So it is always worth doing this event, even if you don't need any shards. And even if you don't need any leveling onto the faction. It's still worth it just for the 2 orbs and the vault key. And you can get that done in like almost about a half an hour, depending on the team compositions you have. Maybe closer to 45 minutes otherwise. But you can definitely get it in under an hour. Only spending 30 gems, which is pretty good value. Converting under an hour and 30 gems into 2 orbs and a vault key. Just that vault key alone would have been enough for the hour. Theoretically. Like, that's literally the entirety of Vault Event is trying to do that every single hour. Though you do get other loot on top of it, though. But it's pretty good value. Even if you don't need any other loot other than the 2 orbs and the vault key. And those 2 things are always useful. There's no point in the game when getting a random orb or getting a vault key is not useful. You could have literally everything in the game and those resources would still be useful as they're great for future content. Because you're always going to need orbs to upgrade stuff and you're always going to need the drops that are in vault keys, which include orbs, for getting future content. For example, things like keys and high amount of gems, because there's a 250 gem drop in vault key, potentially. 100 gem and 250 gem. There's also the smaller gems that you get from the side guys, but as far as the Cedric, his drops are 100 and 250. Yeah, we don't have any 2-day events. Every event is either 1 day or 3 day or 7 days. I guess Guild War you could theoretically consider a 6-day event in a way. Though the first day is prep, if you count it as a 7-day event. Which some people, I think, do count as a 7-day event. I don't know, it really depends how you look at it. Though theoretically, you could consider Guild Wars as a 6-day event. Because technically, you're only doing it on 6 active days. The prior days just setting up your defend teams and making sure everything's good to go into Tuesday. Yeah, there's no 2-day event. There's no 2-day event, there's no 4-day event, there's no 5-day event, and that's it. There's 2, 4, and 5. There's no events that last for those durations of time. And there never has been. And there probably never will be. Yeah, theoretically, Wednesday doesn't really have an event. It has a pet event, but pet event isn't really an event. If anything, it's almost like an anti-event. Because really active guilds... Oops, I almost clicked run away. Really active guilds would actually get a net loss of resources during a pet event. Because you get 1 guaranteed pet, but it lasts for 24 hours. And for those 24 hours, it prevents you from getting any more pets. So if your guild would have gotten... If you were active enough to be on most of the day... and your guild got at least 2 pets, and you were on during those 2 pets, you would have gotten more pets during a day that is not a pet event day than on pet event day, which I always found kind of ironic, in that the day designated towards a pet actually gives you less pets to active guilds than any other day of the week, which is kind of funny. Because the day dedicated to pets, you actually get less pets. Yeah, I had a really bad storm earlier today. I would have had the video up probably about 2 hours earlier, the recording for the weekly event video. But it was like really storming by me this morning. Oh yeah, I'm in South Carolina too. It was really bad this morning. It's currently not storming by me right now though. But this morning, electricity went out for about 2 hours or so. 2.5 hours or so. But yeah, it was out for a while. But yeah, I didn't mention it in the video. But yeah, it was really bad. really, really bad. Otherwise, the video would have been at least like 2-3 hours earlier. Because I wanted to record it at like 7. But then electricity went out for a bit. Hello, Chad. I'm the Wizard of Gems of War now, apparently. Let's see. What do we go for here? Let's go for these two. Then we'll take the treasure room. I should probably be taking the treasure room first for the higher multiplier. I guess it doesn't really matter which way. Yeah, Tuesday Delve being made into a two-day event would be pretty useful. I'm not sure if they ever are going to be doing that, but we'll kind of have to see and find out. Also, Knock, what part of South Carolina are you in, by the way? I assume nowhere's near my area because it's not stormy by me right now. It was earlier. Let's see. I'm in Myrtle Beach. I've actually never met anyone in real life that plays Gems of War. I've had friends that pick up the game that I've known in real life, but I've never, like, randomly met someone and then they just happen to be playing Gems of War. I've had that happen to other games, but not specifically Gems of War yet. Let's see. We'll go for that for now. But I haven't had too much of a social life lately. I've taken social distancing to almost like a literal meaning. And that even like relationships, online relationships, I don't like bother keeping up with like friends and such. Like I've still been chatting with people on ever so occasion. But like I've almost gone into like full isolation mode. Like dropping off the face of the earth other than this YouTube channel as far as my online presence. Let's see. We'll grab that for now. We'll grab that. Get herself a good hit in there. And then you'll get the argument, long events take too much pressure onto players. Well, then that argument probably wouldn't work. Because they're adding a bunch of 3-day long events on top of 3-day long events that already exist over the course of the weekend. Adding even more to it. But I don't know. There's a possibility they could eventually make the Tuesday event go for 2 days. If there was any event that was to be made longer, it'd be the one that would work the best. Because it is really hard trying to get the entirety of level 500 Pure Faction done in a day. Especially if you're doing no skip. It almost requires you to do no skip. Because most people don't have enough time in a given day to not do no skip. Because it can take a while to go through an entire delve no skip. It could take around 5 to 6 hours, I believe. I actually forget the exact amount of time these days, though it depends on a lot of factors, obviously. But I believe it's around that long. You know what? I'm actually going to take this. I'm just going to start doing a multiplier order. But yeah, I believe it's around 5 or 6 hours. Though that depends on a lot of factors. If you do 20 to 500 in 1 day, no skip. A lot of people don't have that much time randomly on a Tuesday. Due to coronavirus, a lot of people probably do right now. But generally speaking, people normally wouldn't have that much time on a Tuesday in the middle of the week to spend like 6 hours doing a delve for Pure Faction, all rooms. Though doing it with rush method is normally closer to 3 hours, if not less. That is still quite a bit of time. You love how they switch the argument from long events can put too much pressure on players to if you don't like the event, you don't have to do them. Yeah, they have made both arguments before, which is kind of funny. Because they're actually at odds with each other. Though some events technically are required. Any guild-related event is required. For example, Bounty Hunter, while it's insanely good loot and you'd want to do it, is never technically required in the sense that no guild would ever have it as a requirement because it's impossible to have as a requirement because you can't see how much your guild mates have done towards it. However, something like Invasions, for many guilds, is required, or, you know, like the guild-related ones, any that are guild-wide. And the big issue with that is a lot of weekend events that they've been having are not required things to complete. For example, things like Bounty Hunter, things like the Mythic, things like Vault Event, things like, what else do they normally do on the weekends? But all those events aren't required because they don't actually go towards anything guild progress-wise. However, they're slowly starting to add things like raids, Tower of Doom, Invasions, which Invasions already is, on the weekend events. Invasion's the only one that's currently there, but the other ones are eventually going to move there. And that will be slightly problematic going into the future, because it basically changed the weekends from an optional event to a completely new mandatory event that the entire guild has to do. And while obviously slightly more casual guilds wouldn't necessarily have that as a requirement, obviously all the higher guilds will, because it's free loot for everyone, which would basically make them into required. Yeah, technically Bounty Hunter and stuff like that, they theoretically are required. They're not directly required in the sense that you're never going to be kicked from a guild for not doing Bounty Hunter or something like that, or just completely skipping over a Vault event on a given weekend. However, it's obviously really good for your account's progress, particularly Bounty Hunter, how much you get so quickly. Well, even that, all of them. Like a Vault event, obviously you want to participate to some capacity, at least for a few hours, if not longer. Ideally longer, though. But, yeah, they're not required in the sense that you're not going to get kicked from a guild for not doing them, but they do help, obviously, with account progress quite substantially, to a point that it makes it indirectly required. Tower of Doom on the weekend? I feel like Tower of Doom on the weekend wouldn't be that bad. Oh, wait. Yeah, you're right. Hold up. Yeah, how would they scale Tower of Doom on the weekend? They could give you more sigils, but then that'd be giving people it for free. Yeah, you're right. How would they scale it? I didn't think about that, because they can't make it less than 4 rooms, or could they? But even then, you'd still have the same amount of rooms to get to completion, most likely, in most situations. Because Rush Method would still be the same amount of sigils. I never thought about that. How would they scale Tower of Doom to 3 days? The event is normally already completed in 3 days, but I mean for the average person. The average guild, not like the really hardcore endgame guilds that get everything done instantly in like 3 days, regardless of which event it is. Let's see. Yeah, it's basically Delves, just slightly different. It is very similar to Delves. It uses the same team thingies for it. The final battles are different, but a lot of the layout of it's the same. And the battles that you actually physically do. Though the team compositions you use are also a bit different. Yeah, how would they on earth would they scale Tower of Doom? The only way they could possibly scale Tower of Doom is if they gave you more sigils for everything you did. So if you got more daily sigils, and if you got more what's it called? More daily sigils and more sigils for each pack. Because how else would they scale it otherwise? Because if they reduce the amount of rooms... Actually, there is a way that they could scale it otherwise. They could make it 13 rooms. And make it so you gain 2 scrolls every single time. So they could do it that way. And then just rescale all the rewards. But yeah, there's a couple different ways they could do it. But that could be one of them. Reduce it down to 13. Or 12. And make each one give 2. And the final one give like 3. Either make each one do 2 and have it be 12, and then the final one gives 3. Or make it so it goes to 13 and give every single one of them 2. So that would be 1 net gain more scroll than what's currently available now. And then just double the amount of sigils people get. I mean, never mind. If you did it that way, you wouldn't need to double the amount of sigils. If you kept it all the way to 25, which I don't think they would do, you'd have to double the amount of sigils. But they could just lower the amount needed and then just double up on the scroll. And then they wouldn't really need to make almost any change other than to the actual score for all rewards. Just make every single room give 2. Like, the most likely way I would probably see it is it goes to floor 12. Every single room gives 2 scrolls. And then that very final 12th room gives 3 scrolls. And then the only thing that needs to be scaled is the rewards. You can keep the sigils. You can keep the shop almost exactly the same. You would just have to go and change the sigils. I mean, you just have to go and change the amount of scrolls that you get per room. That and the rewards amount of Doom kills. That's it. And then you'd be good to go. Yeah, the Dooms required would be reduced. That would definitely be happening. It happens for all the events. The amount of whatever you need to get it completed gets reduced. But yeah, it would have to be less floors. How else would they do it without less floors? They'd have to cut it by half and just double up on the scroll loot. Because how else would you really do it? Oh, you're 33 on leaderboard right now? Nice. Putting in that grind. Are you trying for top 10 this week or top 1? Or somewhere's in there? Let me go see. I'll go take tribute real quick. Yeah, I haven't tried for leaderboard for a while. We have gotten it before. But, I haven't, tried it for, like, ages upon ages upon ages. This was, like, years ago. This is actually when we started the guild. That is how long ago it's been since we've tried hitting leaderboard that high. This was around the time I created this guild. I created this guild around 3.5 years ago? Almost 4 years at this point. But yeah, we created this guild almost 4 years ago. And that was the last time we tried going for leaderboard in PvP, at least to that high of a degree. I tried for top 100 leaderboard quite a few other times, but that's quite a bit easier than trying for number 1, obviously. Where did you say you were? You were at 30-something? Where did it go? Yeah, 33. Let's see, where are you? Where's the refresh button? What's your name in game? I assumed it would be Knockwolf, but you might be going by something else in game. But I have no clue what your name is in game. But if it is 33, then that should be you then. But it could be different because they're so close that it's probably shifted some. Where's our refresh button? There used to be a refresh button on this screen. Why is there not refresh anymore? Oh, you're 32 now. So you're a Cavadger. Gosh, your level's so high. There we go. Oh yeah, you're a Cavadger. Nice. And you're only missing 2 troops. I assume 1 mythic and I'm not sure what the other one would be. Maybe 2 mythics. You got a bunch of maxed out delves. Getting score almost there. Really nice. Really, really nice. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, I'm not dealing with PvP for a while. Actually, I haven't even been doing my 1.9k weekly sometimes. What are we at right now? We're at, why is it showing 0 there? We obviously have higher than 0. We have 1,264. So we still need another 700. Though it's a Guild War week, so we're going to get it passively anyways. So it's actually not too big a deal. Anyways, let's go finish out, not that. Let me go finish out the Delve event. I mean the faction event. Well, Delve and faction are the same thing. So I was right both times. Yeah, level 1,728 is really high. I've been playing since launch and we're only 1,542. Yeah, there's a way to cheese rank 1. You can cheese rank 1. I actually got it legit, but you can cheese it by playing PvP ultra quick the second that it resets. It's a little bit harder for America and some time zones, particularly America, in that kind of like little area, in that general area of times, because reset time for me is at either 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., so it's a little bit hard to normally do those. But yeah, you can cheese it by logging in around that time, but I did do it legit. Unfortunately, there's no way to actually indicate it by that, but we did do it legit ages upon ages ago. After I did it, I never wanted to do it again, though. I don't mind, like, trying for leaderboard, but for trying for #1 is just a little bit too try-hard. Just because of the amount of time that it requires. Like, if you're going for rank 1 PvP, your week-long goal is literally that. Like, you have no other life goals that week. Your life goal is just to go get rank 1 in that, because it's going to take that much time. Like, your life for a week is playing Gems of War PvP if you're trying for rank 1 PvP. Which is generally why I am never going to try for rank 1 PvP again. Because you almost have to dedicate the entire week to nothing but rank 1 PvP to get it done. Or at least a good portion of time. Yeah, rank 1 rewards are horrifically bad. They always have been. They've never been good. They have never been so enticing that you would want to go out of your way to go get rank 1. Top 100 was pretty good when ingots first came into the game. And still somewhat is. If you still need the epic ones. These are the harder one to get. Though in the current state of the game, they have made ways of getting it a little bit easier. Yeah, PvP can give a lot of gold per day. You can normally get a couple 100,000 per hour. I would say the range is anywhere. It depends on a lot of factors. But it's around 200,000 to 450,000 per hour is how much gold you can get from PvP. And that's dependent on so many factors. But that's about how much I would say it gives. Probably on average around 3 to 350,000. So that's a pretty hefty amount of gold to be getting from it. So if you do that for about 7 hours each day, you should easily be able to clear 2 million. Obviously, I don't. Actually, I haven't been doing much PvP at all lately. Though there are other methods of gaining gold that isn't specifically PvP. Though PvP has been notoriously the best method throughout the game's history of gaining gold. Though in the current state of the game, there actually are other locations that can keep up with it. Which is kind of rare, because in the past, that hasn't been the case. But no longer is PvP the only location you have to go to get gold. Though it's still most people's preferred method for gold. Yeah, goblins are still really strong. I showed one of the teams for our weekly event video thing. But they can get some pretty quick kills. They also have really high consistency against not freeze. Frost Mage is their biggest issue. I haven't been using goblin teams as much as of lately. Mostly because they've been meta at pretty much every point in the game. So after playing the game for like a little over 5 years now, they can get somewhat tiring after a while. Though Truffle did liven it up a little bit more compared to how it was in the past. String Footer has some interesting interaction. Also, that really good weapon is available this week. Highly advise getting if you don't already have it. The Turnip. I forget its full name. Norturn's Turnip or whatever it's called. I know it starts with an N. But that one Turnip weapon is really strong. It's about as overpowered as turnips are in Animal Crossing. It's arguably top 10 weapon in the game, actually. The Northern's... Whatever the N-word turnip is. Not that N-word. That came out wrong. The N-word. Fail. Yeah, Norbert. Norbert's turnip. That's the word. Yeah, that was kind of funny. Hey, we got a level. Nice. Gotta make more progress on it. Let's see, we got our explosion there. You used to grind, but lately you enjoy no losses. So you switch up your teams depending. Yeah, I normally just... If I'm doing PvP, I'm normally doing it just to test stuff these days. That or just to have fun with teams. Oops, I missed a room. Did the stream just die? Come back, stream. My program's not even showing any frames dropped. Yet YouTube shows it's like dead, and now it's back. Now it's weird because my encoder, let me go check the full statistics. But it literally shows 0 frames dropped, yet the thing itself dropped for like a few seconds. Or at least on my end it looked like it did. Not sure if you guys actually saw the stream go down at all. But my encoder shows nothing happened. Just looking at the data for it real quick now. Yeah, no frames were dropped. Weird. YouTube! That might be a YouTube end problem then. Okay, let's go take out this, and that's almost complete. I don't think there'll be enough points, but we can just do another battle or so after, and boom, we're dead. Or it's dead. Oh, I did turn off for a moment. Yeah, it should be back now. Should be back. But yeah, it died for a few seconds, so maybe it stayed dead for some people. Came back, like, literally instantly on my end, though. It's down for, like, 3 seconds. I will kill that up. There we go. Did we get enough points? Probably not. Let me go see if it did. Let me grab our chest. Claim our rewards. They still have that glitch that they never fixed. And I did mention it, but it's probably just such a small glitch that it's not high priority. But if you spam click and you click on it quick enough, it glitches out where the graphic shows. This is applicable to almost every single menu that's set up like that, and it's been that way since it was released to the game. I mentioned it on the very first beta that happened, and it never got fixed. I haven't re-mentioned it, though, so maybe I should. It's not really that big of a bug. It's just a visual bug. But you can do that on literally every single screen that has a reward screen similar to that. And you can glitch it out to basically make the icon in a really weird location. And it can work to 100% consistency, too. Whenever you have a menu like that. But there we go. That should be all the rewards we need then. And there we go. And from that, of course, we get our normal loot. And the whole reason we do this is for the 1 vault key, which I say is worth about 80 gems personally. And 2 orbs of chaos, which will hopefully be good orbs. This is the whole reason why you bother doing this Tuesday event. And of course, you get some gold, you get the shards, you get all the other loot along the way. But 2 biggest reasons, even if you have literally no need for shards and you've already maxed out every faction in the game, you still do it for the vault key and you still do it for the orbs. Ooh, double purple. Nice. That's 270 gem value right there. Really solid. Very, very solid. Cool. And there we go. That is the event completed. Nice. And what do we have over here? We got ourselves our level up bonus, 1 event key, and 100 glory. That used to seem like a lot, but these days, it's probably like really little. But hey, it's still some value. The 100 glory is worth about 5 gems. The 1 event key is worth about 13.5. Combine that together, you just got yourself like an 18.5 gem value for just getting a level. Not that bad. Let's see. Salty, we stalking quality of life suggestions last night. Yeah, mentioning stuff like to her on like Wednesday might even be better for stuff like that. Just because the stream is so much smaller when she does puzzle quests. Also, there was a really weird glitch on our Animal Crossing stream this morning where we got like 100-something viewers, but I don't think we actually had 100-something viewers. It lasted for like 10 minutes. It's kind of weird. Not sure exactly what happened. And it wasn't like a raid or anything because we would have seen more chat in our thing. Not sure what exactly happened. I was going to say, because it's like, wait, we don't even get that so much times for some of our Gems of War streams at night. How on earth we get it for Animal Crossing? It's kind of weird. Not sure why that happened. Maybe someone tried view-botting us and then YouTube detected it and then put it down. I'm not sure. But the number went spiked up like crazy for a short duration. Anyways, anyone have any other questions? Anything you want me to go over? Anythings? Otherwise, I probably am going to slowly start wrapping up for the night. Change my medals back to Guild War medal setup. Theoretically, one thing that could maybe make this even better is a Medal of Orpheus. I feel like a lot of people are caught off guard by a Medal of Orpheus. So this might be my new defend team setup, actually. Is a Medal of Anu, a Medal of Seasons, and a Medal of Orpheus. This covers pretty much all of our ground. It gives us better starting mana. It gives us a little bit more to all stats except magic. And it gives... Oh yeah, no problem for the honor. And it gives us 10% extra cleanse per turn, That also triggers on the very first turn, so we can hopefully hard counter like a freeze or entangle or some other mechanic like that. So I'll actually go with that, because that can really catch people off. Because if they don't check it specifically or forget to, and they're running a stats effect team, it could be the difference between winning and losing if you get that cleanse. Obviously it's luck based, but I feel like that would actually help a lot. So yeah, we'll go for that as our new medal setup for Guild War Defense, because it covers pretty much all your bases for any team. Extra mana to start, extra durability and attack to have better skull output, as well as being able to not die as quickly, and then the cleanse chance. Covers pretty much all the main things you would want to have in a defend team. That would help every single defend team function better in Guild Wars. Pizza and gyro. Oh gosh, you're making me hungry. Though I did make my own pizza the other day. It came out okay. Could have been a lot better. I'm still pretty bad at it. Anyways, any other questions, anyone? Otherwise, as Nock mentions, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Definitely helps out a lot, especially since YouTube's ad revenue has been paying horrific these days. So any more exposure that we can get to get more viewers would definitely be very helpful in these times. Because that's probably going to be like that for several months now. It might be like that for the rest of this year. Just because a lot of advertisers obviously aren't really advertising. You might still see the same amount of ads, but the amount of ad revenue given per ad is substantially cut. It's like half the amount lately. But it definitely helps out a lot if you share, subscribe, like all the normal stuff that people always ask for at the end of every single video, or these days almost like at the beginning. I really hate when people do that. Like literally like 5 seconds into the video, it's like, smash that like button, make sure to subscribe, go do all these things. You haven't even watched the video yet. Oh no, I just always found that weird personally. But anyways, it is appreciated nonetheless. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. We'll be back at the same time as we always are every night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hour and a half prior to now tomorrow. We'll be messing with tomorrow's Guild War color, which is, what is tomorrow's Guild War color actually? It is blue. So I'll mess around with blue, see what we can end up doing and going from there. I might even test a few blue teams before we even start. I feel like blue day is one of my weaker days overall. So we might need to mess around with it before we even get into it, see what we can do. Because my current blue team that I have, for any that are wondering, is this one right over here. We have changed it a little bit as of recently, but it's a rope dart team. It's a rope dart, Grey King, Mercy, and Possessed King. It's basically banking on Grey King to do a bunch of value while getting the Mercy rope dart for hopefully a quick disable. The main thing I hate about it is that it has Mercy into only one single yellow. And for that reason, it's, I don't know, it just seems kind of weird to me. I do like the composition. Like, it works. But I kind of want to build around Grey King, I think, for Blue Guild War. I really want to build a true damage Blue Guild War team, I think, for tomorrow. So we might need to experiment around before we actually grab into it. I have to say, blue is by far my weakest day. Out of every color day right now, I feel like blue is the absolute weakest. We could go back to Vespera. There are Vespera teams that aren't like necessarily the worst. But the biggest issue with Vespera, she's excessively hard countered by... Well, she can be bad at comebacking when you end up getting your core other troop killed. She can come back pretty easily if the only things left are like Vespera and your core troop. But when your main damage source goes down in the Vespera team, that just completely tanks your score, even if you win. So that could be a bit of a problem. My first video has 300k views. One of my videos does. It wasn't my first ever video. Our first ever video, I think, only has a few thousand or so, or somewhere around there. One of my things is sorted based on how many views it has, not when it was uploaded. But yeah, one of the videos that we covered on, like a couple of guide videos for a couple other games, has quite a bit of views. I've been considering potentially doing some guides for Animal Crossing, but I haven't really found a niche thing that I really would want to do it for, other than Nook Mile farming. Because a lot of people exploit for it, and I've been playing it legit. So for other people that want to play the game legit, I'll probably make a guide for that eventually, because I haven't ever seen a guide for it that thoroughly goes over all of them. But the main reason for that is making a guide video like that would take literal days of time of trying to put it together. What team are you referring to? I can go see what it is real quick. I'll see why not. I'll maybe give it a shot for tomorrow. Let's see. Oh, sorry. What was your question, Marcelo? My bad. Before we go. Then we'll go see what that team is real quick. Marcelo, I don't even see your previous comment. Could you repost your question? There it is. Sorry if you missed your answer. Your computer stopped. Oh, sorry. What was your question? If you attempt Pure Faction on Tuesday, it will take the same amount of gems to get more sigils compared to the weekend faction event. No, it actually takes even more. You theoretically have to spend even more on a Tuesday event than you would on a weekend event. The reason for this is you still have to go the same amount of distance. However, during a weekend event, you get 3 per day for a total of 9. Whereas during a Tuesday event, you only get 3 total. So you get 6 whole less sigils. Theoretically meaning you have to spend an additional 400 gems to do it on Tuesday compared to a weekend. So it actually costs you more on a Tuesday event than if it was the initial weekend event. It's why so many people do it on the initial weekend event. Not only because it just was released, but also it is theoretically actually cheaper to do it the exact time when it comes out, rather than waiting till it pops up on a Tuesday event. Obviously, you can't do that for any factions that you missed or didn't have enough gems to do it for at the time. However, it is actually about 400 gems cheaper to do it on a weekend event, which you can only ever do once when it gets released, rather than doing it on a Tuesday event, which you can do whenever, but you would need a time on Tuesday. But yeah, it's kind of weird how it is, nonetheless. It's Beatrix, Mercy, the last mythic, and empowered Moonwolf. What do you mean by last mythic? Possessed King, do you mean? We give it a shot. Let's see. Let's just build up a different team here. How about, we'll get rid of cheap Zill. I don't think we'll be needing that this week. I don't think anyone's going to ask for a Zill Apache team this week. He's a rather underwhelming troop that most people have probably forgot even exists. Oh yeah, let me save the filter of no Zhejian. I had it saved to Zhejian for the video. Oh, did I ever go over the drops? Yeah, I did. Never mind, I did do that for the video. I didn't forget to do that. Oh yeah, what was it again? It was Beatrix. Beatrix in first slot? Interesting. I guess you're trying to rush up her mana. Beatrix, Mercy. That last mythic, an empowered Moonwolf. What was the last mythic? Possessed King? And, I'm not sure what you mean by the last mythic. Unless you mean Zilla Pachli. And, do you mean Zillow? I'm not sure if you mean Zillow or not. And, Moonwolf. Beatrix in second, Mercy in fourth. What's the full team composition? I'm confused now. Mistralis. Oh, it's a Mistralis build. Yeah, Mistralis isn't that bad. And what was the other one then? Feels like it needs hero. Though there's not that many good hero weapons that slot into it. And you said Moonwolf. Empowered Moonwolf. Which one was that? Moonwolf, Moonwolf. Do you mean Moon Rabbit? I'm not sure what you mean by Moonwolf. I know there's a Moon Rabbit. Let's see. Unless you mean Spirit Fox, but I highly doubt Spirit Fox is used on this team. That doesn't have empower. Oh, actually it does. Oh, do you mean this one? Moonsinger. Convert purple to green. But it's not a... I mean, never mind. Yeah, it is blue. Never mind, that would work, yeah. Moonsinger. I assume that's the one you mean. Because that's the only thing with Moon that has a wolf in it. I almost forgot about this troop. It's actually pretty decent. It's one of the things that actually puts McGrim Woods War Gears together to actually make it work. Because it has a convert purple to green. Which sometimes hard counters some things, but it's still decent. Okay. That should hopefully be fine. And it has Cleanse already in itself. So we don't need to set any hero class. And then we set our banner probably all in on green-blue. Let's see. We definitely want to set it on green. We can set it on green-brown or green-yellow, actually. Let's see, what's minus purple? I need to find a green, yellow. Ideally. Green-brown would also work. All right, let's do a green-brown. Moonsinger first, Beatrix second. Oh yeah, you're using the 25% score reduction on it. That makes sense. Beatrix second, and then Mercy third. Oh, you use Mistralis in last? I guess that makes sense. Okay. Because we'd want her not to die. I thought the reasoning before having them up front was just to quick rush them down. But with enchant, that might not even matter as much. We'll give it a shot, see what happens. Let's just bring this to a PvP Zugov team. Where'd I put it? I put it underneath this. Let me name it to 4x Blue. We'll give it a shot before we end out. See what happens with it. Oh, it was Mercy in 4th with Mistralis in 3rd. Whoops. Let's see. Wait, don't we have 2 things that convert away purple? Let's just throw this down. Let's see. Do we have convert there? No. Probably should have paid more attention to what our converts options actually were. Because we do have 2 different options before and after the shuffle that we want to make sure we look at before we actually go for an option. Or even decide that we want to shuffle. Because we could probably get alignment on it. Okay, do either of you have alignment? No. Yes. So we'll do that. Another B, dead. There we go. Alright, let me try it the other way around. Hello, Zero Ghost. Let's see. You just came back to the game after a year and a half. You got King Gob Truffle 2 times. It's still meta. Though we also got this B thing, which also has become somewhat meta. I personally don't care for it as much as Truffle, but it does get used in quite a few teams. The playstyle of this thing I find to be so much weirder, just because it doesn't have that guarantee extra turn, and I'm so used to that guarantee extra turn that Truffle has in comparison. But this does get pretty good value in many other situations. But I probably should be using it more. Beatrix is insanely meta, and I barely use her. The same teams that were good with Truffle before are still good now. If you had him back then, he's still good in the exact same teams. The best team is Farce Troll, Double Truffle, into Hero using Doomed Glaive, if you have Doomed Glaive. That might have been something that came a little bit after the fact. But Doomed Glaive is one of the old Doom weapons. You might not have it, so you might need to go for a different option. But really, just about any hero weapon that you're probably already running in the previous team would have worked. It's still very much meta. A lot of teams don't really fall out of meta. They might become a lot less meta than they were. But very few just completely just plop out. Yeah, you can still literally use whatever team you were using with 2 times Truffle and still be getting pretty much the same effectiveness as you were back then, a year and a half ago. But they added a new Truffle to the game, Queen Beatrix. It's basically Truffle with cleanse and true damage and a lot of other effects. Let's see. Did he just summon a Zugov? Yeah, you get this 50% chance to summon an ally. Really? Really? There we go. Oh, you're only missing 2 imps? Oh, I was wondering what you were missing. Yeah, they're seasonal, or you have to get it through Soulforge. You can only get it at specific months. But yeah, we'll give this a shot, I guess, tomorrow. Might as well give it a shot, see how it goes. And we don't even need to worry about freeze necessarily, because we have cleanse off the thing. But yeah, it uses no Grey King or Zugov. Actually, does that use any mythic? Oh yeah, it uses Mistralis, unfortunately. That one that we got a couple months ago. Yeah, it still does use a mythic. That's the only problem with Guild War. Almost every good team, PvP, or offensively and defensively, not all of them, but a good majority of them use at least 1 mythic. Which is problematic for some people that don't own every mythic, or don't own a lot of the mythics. But optimal Guild Wars almost always requires 1 mythic per team. But it is endgame content. Guild Wars is accessible to anyone, but it is geared more towards like endgame competitiveness. It's the closest thing that this game has to any kind of competitive kind of area in it. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. Anyone still have any last minute questions they want to get in? Feel free to do so right now. Otherwise, I believe we are going to be wrapping up and be back tomorrow to go to Blue Guild War. I will be back in an hour and a half prior to now tomorrow, as we are every single night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be doing that. getting our pet, which I think I already have maxed. What pet was it again? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have it maxed. Let me double check. And going from there. All the normal stuff. This little pet. And if you haven't already got more copies of this will be useful for the Thursday class event. Not like they're hard, but, you know, give you a little bit stats to go even quicker through it. Why can I not find it? There should be a boar somewhere's in here. Where'd it go? I know the pet exists. Wait, did I think the pet exists and it doesn't exist? I'm almost guaranteed that pet exists already. Am I going crazy? I could have sworn that already exists. Maybe I've seen the model for it so often in spoilers that I thought it exists and it actually doesn't. That's not the one I'm referring to. Okay, let me just go to Zhejian. This will answer my question immediately. I could have sworn this thing already existed. Oh. It doesn't? I didn't even realize that's a new pet. It's Zhejian bonus. I knew what it was and everything. I thought this thing already existed. This thing has been made for like 3 years now. And it's just being added to the game now. It really wasn't already in the game? I thought like all this time it has been. What a fail. But yeah, it's been in the spoiler thing for ages upon ages. Is that really a new one? Am I just going crazy? I could have sworn that was already in the game. Apparently not. Because it's not here. Yeah, it's Amethyrax. It's nothing. That's magic. Huh. Well, I finally got a Zhejian bonus. I could have sworn that was already in the game, but it's because it's been in spoilers for forever. It was when they made all the pets for the game initially, like 3 years ago or whenever it was, 2.5. That was one of the very first ones that were made, along with many, many others. So I've always thought like all this time, oh, the thing has been around forever. It must be in the game. But it actually isn't, is it? Captain. Gosh. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. But yeah, I can test it on my own defend team and test it on myself. But yeah, Knock Wolf, we'll try the team tomorrow and see how it goes and go from there. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for stopping by. I'm going to be heading out for tonight. Going to go grab a bite to eat and kind of just chill. And then we'll be back tomorrow with Animal Crossing, probably around 10 or noon, somewhere around there. Mess with that for a little bit of time. And then obviously tomorrow night, as we do every night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be back to go do Guild Wars. Blue Guild War. And everything else that we need to go do. There's another pet that looks just like it. There's another boar, but it's not one that looks exactly like it. And I don't think I saw any other questions that I missed in there. I don't think. But anyways, guys, if you do, just leave it on any of the videos and hopefully I'll get it. And if not, just leave it on stream and I'll definitely make sure to get around to it next time. But thanks so much for watching as always. Stay safe out there. Make sure to practice good social distancing. And I will see you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.